Welcome to the first true episode of Dream Logg. I want to initially say thank you for being here. I don't know why you're interested in my dreams, but that's cool. Hope you enjoy them or get something out of it, like figuring out how to analyze your own dreams. I don't know if I'm actually going to be analyzing them, but I just want to try capturing them, because if I just go about my day, 90% of the information will just go poof. Maybe. I don't know. That's what it feels like. And I have a question to start off. Couple question, maybe two-parter or something like that. I want to ask if you think, dreams have meaning. Or maybe if it's just we apply meaning or something like that. And more specific, I have maybe a 3 or a 4-part dream I'm about to share. And it all revolves around high school. And I wonder why that is. Why do I occasionally have dreams of going to high school? I feel like it's been at least a year or two or more. I'm 30 years old. It's been 11 or 12 years or something like that since I've been in high school. But I remember having dreams just a couple years after school, and I really didn't enjoy myself in those dreams. Kind of felt like not quite a nightmare, but it just wasn't a good time. Or maybe, I don't know, I might even had a good time while I was in the dream, but upon waking up I was like, ooh, I don't want to go back. If it's like a reliving trauma or something, or like our mind's way of not wanting to relive that trauma. I don't know. But anyway, I'll get started. I'm gonna restart the camera just so it doesn't cut off on me when I'm going through the dream. Alright. Far back as I can remember, the dream is like me and a couple friends. I didn't even go to my school. We're kind of doing a piece of art on a whiteboard, but it seemed like a linear kind of piece of art, or even like it was like a film, but it wasn't. It was on a whiteboard, and somehow we were encoding some music to go with it. It didn't make sense. It doesn't make sense now. At the time, I was like, oh yeah. I don't know really how to describe it other than it was like a piece of art we wanted we wanted to live on the whiteboard. Uh, I had in the dream I had the idea to like put a coating on it to where it was always gonna be there, and you know when you erase the whiteboard, it would just be whatever the teacher was writing on. You know, something like that. And it seemed like we were almost done. Teacher walks in and gets the attention of the class, and it seems real serious all of a sudden. And I don't know. It seems like the principal or the new principal was like changing up some rules, getting more strict with stuff. Uh, Specifically phones, from what I can remember, but I feel like there was quite a few things. I think back when we were in school, I mean, phones were, you know, not really welcome in the classroom. But as soon as the teacher walked in and started telling us about this, she was erasing our piece of art, and it was really saddening. But at the time, it seemed like we couldn't really do anything because the severity of what the school was going through at the time was a little intense. Sitting there kind of waiting to hear. For some reason my phone rings. I guess I look at it and it was like a robocall. I kind of hung up on it. And my teacher comes up to me and is like, I take that away from you or something. I was like, I just hung it up though. Like, I just hung it up and put it in my pocket. And she kind of like shrugged, like, that's too bad. Back then, like when I was in school, there really wasn't any robocalls like that on cell phones. Anyway, I don't even know what happened. I can't remember. There's still more dreams to go through. Hope I can get to those and remember them. I don't know. It's like somebody got through to the principal or whatever, and I don't know, kind of situation kind of solved itself somehow. I don't remember sitting there in a really strict environment, but we're not like learning anything. We're all just kind of chilling out. Kind of makes me think of like what you think, what some people think school's actually for, and it's just like a babysitter situation. They just somewhere for where your kids go during the day while you go to work. anyways, whenever we got word or something that it was all good, everybody cheered. The whole school just was cheering, cheering. Yay! I don't get it. But my art piece wasn't there, so don't know why I was cheering. This next one I can't really remember the start of. Never can. We're in the classroom. It just seems like chaos, nothing's being learned. Kids are just all chatting in their own little groups, and for some reason, my group, had some pizza we were eating on. It's me, my cousin, and a friend of ours. I didn't hear like a bell or anything. It was just all of a sudden people were switching classrooms. I didn't know what was going on, and pizza got left behind. Went to the next classroom. Get there, and there's another similar situation to the last stream. But totally different. People in power. Principal or whatnot. Got really strict in the next classroom. We're all straightened up, not kind of randomly all over the room talking and stuff. Everybody was sitting in their chairs looking forward. What's going on? Nobody's teaching me anything. We're just kind of sitting there waiting to hear some news or something. I'm feeling weird about eating pizza for some reason. In this in this world I'm living in, I'm vegan. So in the dream, it kind of carried over. I didn't become vegan until a couple years ago. I'm 30 years old now. Maybe when I was in school, maybe I barely heard the word. Just probably seen it in the movie a couple times or whatever. But in the dream, kind of mentally, I was trying to come up with something to say to my friends, saying I can't eat this anymore. or I won't. For some reason, I was still kind of engaged in eating that. Even though I had like my own pizza. I don't know, I guess it's just not options. Haha, I don't know. Where was I going with this? Where was the dream going? This time it was more like a conspiracy where kids were trying to help figure out what was going on. And I don't know if this is correct, I feel like so in this dream there was this person who's like my dad. He wasn't actually my dad at all. I don't know the meaning of this kind of thing, if there is any. This person had me go into what seemed like a store, it almost felt like it was their place of work, or maybe even they owned it, or maybe not. I don't even know. It just had me go grab like a loaf of bread or something and walk out of there with it. And there's this person sitting by the checkout counter with like a hat on. And this person who's like my dad in the dream back at school, I guess was a teacher or something, or maybe even the previous principal. I don't know. The new principal comes in and tries to lay the law down or whatever. It doesn't say anything about this bread or whatever that I took or that I was told to take or whatever, but for some reason we went back to the store to get another loaf of bread or something. I don't know. And a person was sitting there again with the hat on, and that ends up being the principal. And I wig out and I go tell my dad. So he's like, oh, I better go talk to him or something. And I feel like that was the whole thing. I felt like it was the whole thing. It seemed to go back to normal classroom, in the dreams version where all the kids are just sitting around chatting to their friends and whatever. I go over to one of my classmates' desk and he's just kind of sitting there in like a decent posture, kind of like feet forward, eyes closed. Looks like he's just kind of trying to drown it out and just get through it. And he's also sitting in the only desk that has like a frame that goes above him. And I feel like it's a good idea to kind of jump on there and swing around and try to get his attention. And like, hey, what's up, dude? I'm swinging back and forth on this thing. And he just wants me to stop. It's just, he doesn't open his eyes or anything, he just, stop. I'm like, alright, I'll leave you alone. But I'm in like mid-swing, and I'm kind of moving the desk around a little bit the whole time while I'm doing that. So I could see why I'd be bothering, especially like if me myself was trying to like meditate or something in this room of rambunctious kids being loud, and I'm just not in the mood. Maybe I got something on my mind, and I'm just trying to drown out the noise. I could understand. But I kind of say, alright, I'll leave you alone. On my last little swing, I kind of, move the desk some more before I jump off. He kind of gets up and goes and grabs this little, looks like a paper mache little airplane that somebody else built, and just throws it around, or like throws it, and maybe he starts bugging somebody else. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with their dad. I think is the principal. And he's kind of giving them the what have you. I don't know. Me being a weirdo, I go grab the plane and try to keep it from getting hurt. I don't know. He's still confronting this. I'm just curious what you think about dreams. Do these abstract ideas have any meaning in our life? What kind of meaning could it possibly have? Am I totally wasting my time trying to document these? I just want to be able to look back at them later on. I think it's crazy that anybody even clicks on something that has to do with my dream. These were dreams from last night, this morning. Dreams I already have posted on were from a couple years ago. I started trying to write down my dreams. It only lasted me a week and a couple days or something like that. But I have some dreams from like childhood I might be able to kind of document. Those might be easier because they're kind of ingrained in my head. There's a couple reoccurring dreams. They don't reoccur often or very many times at that. But it's just a little piece of a dream that really stuck out. I'm gonna do them anyway, but I'm curious what you think. If I should even bother. And I'll do some more of these where they're just fresh on the mind, just to kind of have it documented in a way. I'll get better at it. I felt like I did a terrible job today, but I'm just glad I did it, cause I might be able to remember more later on when I decide to watch again. It's like, oh, what was that dream about? I don't know. Let me click on that, watch that video I made. Just a thought. And I'm also debating on maybe speeding it up so it doesn't take so long to watch. Not 2 times. The chipmunk voice is too comedic for the dreams. Maybe 1.5 times, or even 1.25 time. I don't know if that'd even be worth it. Tell me what you think. I don't know. I hope you like. Yeah. Got a bunch of videos going up right now. You ain't gotta watch them, but I'm in a posting mood lately. Peace.